Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new Ninjago theory. And in today's theory, we are going to be discussing if Master Wu really did cause the merge, and if he did, how and why did he do so? This theory and a couple of others were suggested by this subscriber. And don't worry, I'm planning to use the other ideas at a later date. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2, it is revealed by Lord Raz and Master Wu himself that he caused the merge. How and why is never exactly explained, so this is what I want to talk about today. Many people don't seem to believe that Master Wu is what caused the merge, but to make the theory actually interesting, I'm just going to assume he did judging by what Raz and Spirit Wu said. So what could Wu have possibly done that resulted in the merge? I think we're best looking at mistakes we know Wu has made and judging if they could have caused the merge or not. Well, it couldn't really have been anything in between crystallized and the merge, because Ninjago was presumably almost completely at peace, so I'd be surprised if the ninja or Misako didn't notice he was doing something big enough to cause a catastrophic apocalyptic event. So what mistakes have we seen Wu make prior to crystallized? Well, there was sending Garmadon to the underworld, but that was over 50 years ago. There was not telling the ninja about Moro, which did lead to the destruction of the cursed realm, which did have a bit of a domino effect. But again, not one major enough to cause the merge, plus that was a long while before the merge. That's when I realized. Crux and Acronix. The hands of time. If Wu had told the ninja about Acronix, then the entirety of Season 7 wouldn't have happened. So what happened in Season 7 that could have caused the merge? Well, there were a lot of time shenanigans, but one clearly stands out. But before I tell you that, for context, I'm going to show you this quote by none other than Master Wu.
Time, the thread that holds the fabric of reality together. You cannot see it. You cannot hold it, and yet it seems you never have enough of it.
The part I want to focus on is the part time, the thread that holds the fabric of reality together. During the ending of Season 7, Wu sends Kai, Naya, and the Reversal Blade to the present, while he stayed to battle Crux and Acronix. For a long while, we were left wondering what happened on the Iron Doom, and how did Wu come back as a baby? That was until May of 2021, when LEGO released a short revealing the events that took place while Wu fought Crux and Acronix. I won't bore you with all the details, but Wu, Crux, and Acronix battle, while continuously appearing in different points in time, progressively getting further into the future, the last clip being in Seabound. After that, they presumably went forward at least a few more years, according to my estimations, until Wu eventually destroyed the Iron Doom, along with all the time blades other than the Reversal Blade, which was obviously returned to the present. Wait. A few more years after Seabound, like around the time of the merge. If time is thread that holds together the fabric of reality, what happens when it's destroyed? Obviously, usually if an elemental master of time was killed, the power would just be passed on. But the powers weren't in a person. They were in the blades. And we don't even know how elemental powers find new hosts. And an elemental power being unexpectedly released from a blade could seriously affect what happens to the power. Well, if the elemental powers of time really were destroyed, then why hasn't time just stopped? Why hasn't the world just ended? Well, I rewatched Golden Hour, and near the end we see the Iron Doom crackling with temporal energy, which could be what is holding space-time together, and to compensate for different realms having different paces of time, it just unified them all into one timeline to save energy. And if you look closely behind the Iron Doom, you can see a white glow, and while we see this in other shots of the weird temporal rift, it seems far bigger than other times we've seen it, making me think this isn't just the colors and brightness blurring into one big light, but rather an endpoint. A moment where time just stops and tears apart everything that's left running of the little temporal energy the Iron Doom still has. And what was Master Wu researching before the merge? Source dragons. The same source dragons that may be able to supercharge the only remaining time blade, perhaps resummoning the other three, or just generating enough to hold everything together. This also lines up with Master Wu's ghost, as throughout Dragon's Rising, he seems to be slowly fading away, and by the end of Dragon's Rising Season 2, Part 2, he completely dissipates into multiple pieces. Him fading away is also shown in his speech being hesitant, weak, and confused, even before he is a spirit, like when he was talking to both Lloyd and Naya prior to the merge.
Not sure I can pull it off. It's arriving too soon. Too soon.
This could be because the Iron Doom has already run out of energy, maybe even the reversal blade, and the only energy that's left is what remains of Wu's forward and reversal energy when he was struck by those two time blades, respectively. Not to mention, there were no elemental masters of time in the Tournament of Sources, and other than Morrow's elemental power of wind, this will be the longest it's ever taken for an element to naturally find a new host in all of Ninjago's history. This is most likely because the elements can't find a new host since they were in the Time Blades when they were destroyed. And with that, I'd say we've gathered all the evidence needed to put this theory to rest. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, and left a comment to leave a suggestion on what I should theorize about next. But don't feel obligated. See you next time.
Jump up, kick back, whip around and spin. They would jump